Hello everyone, it's Kristen here and I am back for our stitch along, and we are going to be doing long and short stitch, and we're going to be creating a little flower. So I've gone with a tulip type shape and I have outlined it with split stitch. So using the same technique from yesterday's video of laid work. So if you haven't seen how to do split stitch, have a watch of that. I just thought I'd save the time and focus on the long and short stitch component. Now I've used this sort of plummy coloured purple for the outlining and for this middle section, which I've just filled in with long and short stitch. And now I'm going to use another purple to do the top part of the tulip leaves, and then I'll use a lighter purple down the bottom. So I'll show you how you can graduate colours using long and short stitch. So I'll start, I've got a knot tied in my 6 strands of embroidery floss. You can use whatever weight you want. I'll just figure I need to use a heavier weight just so we get the sort of stitching done in a reasonable sort of time. So I popped out on one side on the outside of my split stitch because I do want to cover that fully over, and I'm going to take my first long stitch, which is basically as it would sound, a long stitch that goes down, and then I'm going to do a shorter stitch popping up next to it that then only goes some of the way down. And I'll just keep alternating my way along, always coming from the outside of my split stitch because we're fully covering that border. This one I can do a longer stitch and just following the sort of shape. So I'm sort of slanting them in as I go. Pull through an end or something of, that's okay, we'll just make sure it's not poking through. So I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing a shorter stitch here, or a great evening or great afternoon whenever you're watching this. It's a windy old Sunday in Melbourne. There's a hot northerly wind overnight. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was feeling very warm, so got up. Travis wanted to get up too and go and see what was happening outside, so I took him outside for a little toilet break. And then had to pop the aircon on upstairs because it was quite warm, and I don't these days I need it to be cool to sleep. I'm sure some of the other ladies of a certain age out there might know that vibe. But after that had a good sleep, although it's daylight saving today when I'm filming this, so we have moved our clocks forward an hour, so essentially we've lost an hour of sleeping time. So I'm now on the other side, and I'm just going to continue doing the long and short stitches. Doesn't have to be precise, you just want to sort of fill in the shape with it, and just having that variation will then mean when we add our other graduating stitches, they'll sort of fill in the gaps where you have the short bits, but always coming from the outside of where we've done our split stitch sort of border. And the lovely thing of having that split stitch border is it gives you a nice sort of raised and even surface to work around, whereas if you were just putting the long stitches and short stitches in, you might not get such an even edge. So it is a good little technique for laid work, or even for this sort of technique. I will definitely be using it quite a bit. Hopefully you can see I've got my little filming lights on. Well, they're actually just a set of double lights, but I use them for filming because it is starting to sort of cloud over a bit outside, so it's not that bright. So I'm just going to do one that covers then this bit of plummy colour, because I really only want the plum to sort of be in that back petal area. Not that it's a huge problem if a little bit of it sort of shows through. It just adds, I guess, that variation of coloration. So that is probably enough for the purple, but I'll just leave it in case I want a little bit later on. So I'll just pop it through up here and leave it hanging. I'll actually wrap it around my stand here in case I want to add any more at the end. And then we will thread up our lighter purple colour. Oops, So I stitched my letters using my Razzle Suspargo thread. So then I'm going to, what I might do is put at that, I wonder, no, actually I won't put the darker purple down the bottom. I'll do the lighter purple to cover down to the bottom. And then I might integrate a bit more of the other purple back in with these stitches. So just cover that outliney bit of the, and then I'll do a short stitch here. And that's where I might come back with a little bit more purple if I think it needs it at the end. So I'll do a short stitch on this side. Or I could even come in with a bit more of that, the one I've used for the middle in the middle of the flower. We'll have a look. So actually I need to take that right down to the very bottom. So again, you're just overlapping your edging bit of long and not of split stitch. So just taking a needle to just outside where that split stitch is, or if you're actually pulling the needle through it, it's quite hard sometimes to pull through, so it is best to go properly to the outside of it. Let's take that on a little bit further. And so again, I'm angling down here because we are in this area where it angles down to a tip. So again, just doing long and then a short stitch. So long, short, long, short. As simple as that. Long one in here to hopefully cover the edge. And then maybe another little short one here, and then we might work down. I'll have a quick look in my threads and see if I've even got another different colour purple to use in the centre. Let's have a quick look. Having a rustle around in my big bag of threads. There is something else down here. There's this one, although that looks pretty similar to that, I think. What else have I got? Got another one hiding out here, but again, I think that's pretty similar. Oh, sorry, just bumped the camera with my arm. So I think we might just come back in and fill in the rest of the shape. Actually, I think I need to put one more of my lighter purple colour maybe coming down here. And then maybe I'll just do a few in the middle area. So just a few long shorts coming down, and then we'll fill the area in with the other purple. So it really is just a kind of a painting with thread technique, I guess you might say. And I do just want to have that sort of graduation, but I think doing a few longer ones that just sort of meld down between the two different areas, I think that will look good. So I reckon maybe one over into this area of purple over here. And then one that comes down here. And that's probably enough of that purple. I'll just leave it threaded in case I want to come back and do any more. Okay, and then we'll rethread our Another purple. Also just straighten out our fabric. Oops. Try not to drop our needle, that's always a good thing, and just threading it up. Oh, helps if I thread it when it's not. Goodness gracious, Christine. You're funny. I make myself laugh sometimes with my... I get a bit too relaxed when I'm stitching and I'm not thinking properly. Okay, now we can continue stitching and we'll just keep that out of the way. So I'm now just going to fill in any of the remaining gaps with this darker purple to extend that down into the lighter purple so it all melds together. So bring it down to about here and then come down from here. So yeah, you're just filling in any of the gaps and just creating the sort of the degree of, I guess, variegation down the flower that you want to have. And again, just using those long and short stitches as you need to. But it's about, yeah, having that, not having it like a straight line, because that doesn't give you that variegated thread effect if it's all straight. So probably need to put another one from here just to cover that outer edge. It's pretty good. I might do another one that just comes down from here. Oops, sorry, just bumped the camera again. Like something prickled me from my mat. There must be something sticking up from there. And then I can see a little bit of the plum colour here, so I'm going to bring another bit of the purple down. And I might just put a couple of little short stitches just coming down into this bottom purple area, just so that there's a little bit of the darker purple that just flickers its way down here. But just doing little shorter stitches for these. It's quite a bit of thread to pull through at this point. And so that, take it out of its hoop. I'll tie the ends off properly in a moment, but that is our little flower using long and short over a split stitch base. So that is pretty lovely, I think. So hopefully that's given you some ideas of how to play around, but basically, yeah, the sky's the limit when it comes to your long and short. You can do all sorts of shapes with it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for loop stitch. I think I said that we were doing that today, but I missed one in the book. So yeah, long and short today and then loop stitch tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Bye.